Hello everyone, look at this diamond shaped beaded bag we'll be making today. Very pretty, and I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to make this diamond shaped beaded bag. It's a trending bag and we are going to make one today. I hope you are all doing great today, and let's get into the video. So in front of me over here I have 10 millimeter square bead or sugar bead in front of me. This is a 10 millimeter square bead in brown color, okay? And also I'm going to use a 10 millimeter pearls over here. These are both 10 millimeter, okay? These are pearls, 10 millimeter pearls. And here also I have my cutter. You can use your scissors or nail cutter. And I have here my line. This is my monofilament or fishing line in the size 50 pound. That's what I'm going to use. So let's get started. I'm going to start with 4 bead. Okay, I'm going to put all these 4 bead on the line. So this is how long I cut my line, about 30 inches. Okay, to start with. So I'm stringing this 4 bead on the line, all right, like this. String the 4 bead on the line, then I'm going to hold the last one and cross my right line into it, crisscross like this, okay? Crisscross. Hold your lines together and pull. And now on each side again, we are going to make another 4, all right? So on each side of my line, I put 1 bead and I'm going to cross into the third one and pull. Crisscross both ends of the line into the third bead, hold the lines together and pull like this. Now we have 2 units done, and this is how it looks like. Again, I'm adding 1 bead on each side of my line. So again, I'm adding 1 bead on each side of my line, okay? The right and the left line, like this, okay? Now, I'm going to cross my both lines into the third one, like this, hold the bead and pull. Now we have 3 units done, 1, 2, 3. So we'll be continuing to do 11, okay? With 11 of these units, and now meet you back here. Here is my 11 that I made. Okay, we are going to turn on this to make 12. This is 11. So now we make 11 units, okay? And I'm going to turn on it to make 12, all right? When I turn, it's going to count 12, all right? When you count, it's going to be 12. So don't get confused. Now, on my right line, I'm adding 3 bead to my right line, like this. So when I add the 3 bead, I'm going to cross with my left line and pull, all right? So I'm adding all these 3 bead on the right line. I'm going to hold the last one and cross my left line into it and pull down, okay? And this is where my line is, okay? My line turned to the side, so we can start a new row. I flip it over to my side again. Now on my left line, I'm adding, this is my left line, okay? I add 3 bead to my left line to start the second row, all right? Now I hold the last bead, cross my right line into it, and pull. This is how it looks like. We're going to continue. Now my right line into the next bead. I'm pulling my right line to the next bead, and on the left line, I add 2 bead to the left line. Hold the last one and cross the right line into it, and pull my right into the next bead. Pull through next bead, 2 bead to the left line, all right? I add 2 bead to the left line, cross and pull down. Now I'm pulling through the next bead again, my right line into the next bead. Now my left line, I add 2 bead to the left line. Hold the last one, cross the right line into it and pull down. This is how we are going to continue. See the edge bead over here, all this pointy edge bead. Pull the right line through it and add 2 bead to the left line. And now I'm about to complete. Okay, I'm about to complete. I'm pulling my right line again into the last bead. Now on my right line, the same line, I add 2 bead. I cross the last one with my left line and pull. I flip it over to my side again. Now we are starting the third row. On my left line, I add 3 bead to the left line. I cross with my right line and pull. Now my right into the next bead. We are repeating the same technique over here, and I add 2 beads to the left line, cross with the right line, and pull into the next bead with my right line. On my left, I add 2 beads to the left line, cross with the right line, and pull into the next. Add 2 beads to the left line. We are going to go through the edges again, repeat the same technique to the end, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, now I'm about to complete my 3rd row. Okay, I'm pulling my right line into the last bead. On the same line, I add 2 beads to the same line. That is the right line. I cross with the left line and pull. Okay, now my line turn on the side again. I flip it again over to my side. And on the left line, I'm starting a new row again with 3 beads, okay? Cross with the right line and pull. Now we are making the 4th row, all right? I pull my right line into the next bead. And I add 2 beads to the left line. Okay, my right into the next bead. Right line into the next bead. So if you count the rows here, we have 3 completed, 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th one. I'm going to continue, okay, to complete the 4th, 10 and make 5 and 6. So we are making 6 rows like this, okay, 6 rows. I made 6 rows. This is how it looks like. This is 12 by 6, all right, 12 by 6. If you count, this is 6 rows. So from here, we are going to start reducing 1 step, okay? If you are left-handed, you can start from this side. You ignore the first one and start your weave in the 2nd bead, okay? Or you can start from this side, ignore the first bead and start in the 2nd bead, all right? That is how we are going to continue. So I'm pulling my line through the 2nd bead. So now on my left line, I'm adding 3 beads to start with, okay? I add 3 beads to my left line. Then I hold the last one and cross my right line into it and pull, okay? Now I'm going to pull into the next bead. This one, pull through next bead and add 2 beads to the left line like this. Hold the last one, cross the right line and pull into the next bead. I add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down into the next. All right, I add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull into the next bead. I add 2 beads to the left line, okay? I cross and pull down my right line again into the next bead, all right? And I add 2 beads to the left line, I cross and pull. I'm going to continue to weave to the end, okay, and turn. Please, the link for this bead, this square bead, will be in the description box down below. Please, if you decide not to use the pearls, you can get 2 packs of this square bead, okay? There are different colors to choose from, okay? You have different colors to choose from, and they're all beautiful. So now let's continue. I add 2 beads, cross and pull. I'm pulling through the last bead over here, okay? And on the same line, that is my right line, I add 2 beads. I cross with the left line and pull like this, okay? So now we are going to turn, okay? This is where we are doing the reduction. We are not doing it on this side, okay? Only one side that you do the reduction. I'm going to start in this bead again, all right? I'm stopping here and I will start again in the next bead. So let's continue. Now I add 3 beads to start with. I cross with my right line and pull. I'm going to pull into the next bead. All right, 2 beads to the left line like this. Cross with the right line and pull my right line into the next bead. Go through next bead. 2 beads to the left line like this. Okay. I cross with my right line and pull my right line into the next bead. I'm going to pull through this bead one by one and add 2 beads. Then I'm going to stop right here on this bead, okay? So now I'm about to complete this row, all right? Now I add 2 beads to my left line I cross and pull. I'm going to stop. This is the last bead, this one, okay? This is the last bead. I'm stopping here like this, and I'm going to continue in the next bead. Now I'm going to continue in this bead, all right? I'm going to ignore this one and continue in the second one. So I'm going to make a way with my line and come into the next bead, all right? I'm just going to weave my line around and come into the next bead, okay? So here I'm just weaving my line, making my way to come to the top into the next bead. Like this, I'm going to hold my other line, make my way, weave through the bead, and enter the next bead. So I'm entering the next bead. If you cut a new line, you can just go ahead into the next bead and continue your weaving, okay? Ignore the first, enter the second one, all right? Again, I'm starting with 3 beads, okay? Cross with my right line and pull down. And I'm pulling my line through the next bead. 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. So this is what we are going to repeat on this row to the end. So continue to make yours and I'll meet you back here, okay? So now again, here's a new line and I'm starting in the next bead, all right? So again, I'm starting with 3 beads, okay? 3 beads to my left line, cross and pull. My right line into the next bead. I add 2 beads to the left line. I cross with my right line and pull into the next bead. 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. And this is how we are going to continue to the end, okay? Continue to the end. So now I'm on my last bead over here on this row. I cross my right line and pull. And now the row is completed. I'm going to turn again to make another row, all right? And I'm going to stop in this bead, all right? Remember, we are reducing by 1. Okay, so we are going to stop in that bead. I start a new row with 3 beads. All right, this is the 3 bead. I add to my left line, cross my right line and pull. I'm going to pull into the next bead. My right line into the next bead. All right, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull into the next. 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down, okay? Into the next bead, I add 2 beads to the left line, into the next, 2 beads to the left line, okay? Into the next bead, I add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. And now this is the last bead that I'm going to stop in, all right? I'm going to pull my right line, this bead, okay? This is the last bead I'm going to stop in. Let 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull, all right? Because my line is short, I'm weaving the rest back into the bead, okay? So now, how do you know you are done reducing? I want you to count both sides. This is 6 count, and count the other side. It has to be 6, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on this side we have 7 count, and the other side we have 6, okay? This is 7 over here, 7 count. That means we have to reduce by 1 again. I'm pulling through the next bead and I'm starting again. Cross and pull into the next bead. 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down into the next 2 bead. All right, I'm going to repeat the same how we did for the previous weave to the end. All right, and now we have our 6 on both sides. All right, both sides has to be equal numbers. I'm weaving the rest of the line into the bead to secure the line before I trim it off. Now we have perfect numbers, okay? Equal on both sides, 6 here and 6 on the other side. So this is how you know you're done reducing, all right? So now I decide to weave the handle with the bag. You see this bead, this is where I'm going to start my weave from. You see it's going in a triangular shape. From here I'm going to weave up. into this bead. Okay, so now this is where the line is. You see the straight line over here too. This is the line that we are going to weave in to make the handle. Okay, we're going to start on this bead. Okay, so now I'm pulling my line through this bead. Go through this bead over here. Okay, this is the line we are going to follow. These are the bead over here. We are going to follow and make a triangle. Okay, from there I'm going to weave from here up into this bead. All right, so now I add 3 beads to my left line to start with. Over here I'm using pearls. All right, now cross with the right line and pull. I'm going to pull into the next bead, my right line into the next bead. All right, I add 2 beads to my left line, cross and pull my right line into the next bead. All right, as you can see, we are going to follow the bead, the next bead. That's where we are going to follow the line into the next bead, into the next bead. All right, I add 2 beads to the left line. Make sure you are pulling the line tight. Okay, I'm adding 2 beads to my left line, cross with the right line and pull like this. Okay, my right line into the next bead. I'm going to enter the next bead, this bead over here, and I add 2 beads to my left line. Okay, make sure the lines are pulling tight so you don't have a loose bead on top. All right, into the next, I add 2 beads to my left line like this, cross with the right line and pull. All right, I'm going to follow these lines. This is the middle. I add 2 beads to my left line, cross and pull. Now again, this is the line I'm going to follow into this bead. All right, so now I add 2 beads to my left line, cross and pull. I'm putting my right line into the next bead, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull into the next, 2 beads to the left line, into the next with the right line. Okay, 2 beads to the left line like this. You cross with the right line and pull into the next, 2 beads to the left line, into the next bead. I add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. Now we are in the last bead. Okay, like this. So now you see the shape. This is how the shape looks like. Again, I'm going to start in the next bead. You see the bead that follows here, this is where my line is. Okay, we are going to ignore the next bead and start in the next bead. Okay, from here you see the triangle. We are going to follow the bead and make the second triangle in it. All right, I'm starting again with 3 beads, cross and pull. All right, add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. I'm going to follow this line of bead in a triangle shape. All right, and I'm going to weave like I did for the first one. So this is what I'm going to repeat over here. Please, for the bead, I put the link in the description box down below for you guys to purchase 1 pack of bead. Okay, and this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. We are going to continue. I have a line here. I'm going to pull through the first bead. All right, first I'm adding 1 bead to my line, and I'm going to pull the right line into this bead, the first bead. Okay, pull through it and put the left line through the first bead on the opposite side. Okay, like this. So now I take 1 bead, cross both ends of my line into it like this and pull. All right, now into the next bead, my right line into the next bead, my left into the next bead, this bead. Okay, now I take 1 bead and cross both ends of my line into it and pull. I'm going to pull through the next bead, okay? On the right side, pull through the right bead, the left line, go through the next bead, take one bead, cross both ends of the line into it, and pull. This is easy, you know. This is very easy. We're going to continue, turn to the end. So now we are in the middle. This is the corner over here. I want to show you how you can drop the bead over here. Okay, this is two bead we have here. I'm going to pull my left line into these two bead. Okay, pull through two bead and add one bead to the line. I pull through two bead. Okay, these two bead over here, I add one bead to my line. Okay, drop in the middle. So now I'm pulling the same line through the brown bead on top, this bead. Okay, so now again, this is my right line. I'm going to go through the brown, and into this bead, into the net. We are going to go forward, so I'm pulling through this bead. Okay, now this line, this is the second line. I'm going to pull through these two bead again into this bead. Pull through the two bead and come through the brown bead. All right, this brown bead, and then enter the next bead on the opposite side. You enter this bead, okay, on the opposite side like this. So now we have our lines again, and we can continue our weaving to the end. Okay, so continue into the next bead, into the next bead, these two, all right, to the end. So this is what we will be doing here, into the next bead. All right, on the right side, and on the left side, pull through the next bead, add one bead, cross both ends, and pull. This is how it looks like. Very simple and beautiful. And now this is how we are going to continue to the end, and this is how it looks like. And then we are going to continue to copy the same shape on the top. So now you see this 4 bead over here, this 4 bead, that is what we are going to continue to weave into this 4 bead over here to complete our handle.